Welcome back, everybody. It's Empire State Warrior, and today we're going to be talking about a Tier 6 Chinese tank destroyer that Droodles had just talked about. But mine is, it's going to be long as hell. I'm not even going to lie to you. I have 7 games. 7 games. Well, I've done 2.8K or more. First classes and aces. I'm going to say this tank is freaking good. This thing actually, if played correctly, can outplay a Hellcat all day, every day. You have a great gun. You have great DPM. This is when I wasn't even maxed out. I had a 7-second reload. I wasn't maxed out. My DPM wasn't maxed out. My reload wasn't maxed out. My penetration... Okay, I'm going to talk about the tank as a whole. You have 59 millimeters of frontal armor, meaning you don't have very much frontal armor. Your side armor is non-existent. You have about 30 millimeters on the side and about 25 on the back, meaning you're the weakest side armored tank at Tier 6. But you have an incredible gun being at 181 millimeters of penetration with around 2,500 DPM with everything equipped on it. And you have great alpha, 280 alpha. And I'm not even going to lie, the tank's a good tank. And you have a great camo rating as well. I believe you have a 41% camo rating when stationary. That's without the camo net, which adds 15%. And that's without stationary and bush. So that's another... So with bush, stationary, and without firing, I think you can get it up to 65%. That means anything within 100 meters will not spot you. Anything within a 50-meter range will spot you. A medium tank with great view range, with like 250 millimeters of view range, may be able to spot you within that range, but it's doubtful. And yeah, I'm just gonna say the gun's fantastic. You won't miss much. You got great aim time, great dispersion ratings, especially for such a big gun. Your penetration is good enough to go through pretty much any Tier 7. And your premium penetration is good enough. Base, you have 241 base premium pen. Base premium pen. Meaning you have a lot of premium pen. Your HP is not that good though, and only 900 HP, which you can get up to 954. Which is better than the Hellcats and the exact same as the Jacksons. Your HE shell is very nice, getting up to upwards of 350 average damage. As you can see, this Hellcat's absolutely stupid. And I do believe this is an ace game. But as I said, this is going to be a long video. Long. And I'm not going to kid you. This is going to be a long video. I mean, I think I did like 2.9 here. 2.984 here. That's a great game already. I didn't bounce any. Oh, this was funny. He said stupid Mexicans. I was like, okay, he's being racist. So I decided to say something pretty funny and completely reverse card it. Racist Americans. I don't care if I roast myself or not. That's a reverse card. What the fuck? And I say reverse card B-word because honestly, that was just the best reverse I've ever done on anybody. It was so worth it to shut that guy up so effectively. It was an ace, 4 kills, high caliber, top gun, ace badge, 2,981 damage, top damage. I'm going to immediately go to the next one because I'm not kidding you. I have 7 games. This is the best one of the games. I didn't want to save this for last because there's so many of them. So I'm going to get it done early to where you can get with the hype. And honestly, this game was fantastic play. I played my cards correctly. The tank performs amazingly. But I do have something to say. The tank has, for any new players that have seen this channel before, I do believe I have talked about this tank before, and its stock gun being at 150 millimeters of pen and 250 on the base. It had the same gun as the Type 62. Well, it doesn't have that gun anymore. The gun got nerfed. The DPM is the same. The penetration went down. 5 millimeters on the standard pen. That's not much. The premium went down to 220 with heat. Why they did this is something I don't know. I mean, the stock gun was already bad enough as it is, and I do get unlucky here and get spotted way earlier than I expected. But as you see, the tank is quick. Unfortunate. And rip. He got pegged by, it looks like T-3400. Yeah, it's T-3400. That's unfortunate for you. And now I'm about to go off on the enemy Annihilator and the enemy team as a whole. This tank has one thing other than DPM and speed going for it and camo rating. It's the fact that just the speed of the tank. Like when I said the whole Traverse is good, for a TD like this, I meant good. This tank's speed is absolutely nuts. You can move in ways you would never expect a tank like this to move. And the spotting range is rather nice. And I'm being smart. I'm being conservative. Waited for it. And he just fired. So I'm able to peek now. And I'm able to get another shot into him. So that's 2 shells already. I got a good bounce there. And I do believe I bounced this shell here. Where does that bounce? 241 millimeters of pen on the APCR. That is a bounce that should never happen. Unfortunately, I do get another shot into the poor guy. Unlucky, 312. And I do believe I go unspotted pretty soon. But not before I get a nasty shot into him, 303 damage. And I don't believe I go spotted, which is unfortunate for him because I'm going to get another shot into him before I go spotted again, but unfortunately it doesn't go fully through, and it only tracks him, which doesn't fully even track him in place, and my team is getting overrun. So I decide to get in a position where I can see these guys better, and I back up using the bush mechanics, and I don't know how. I guess I was spotted the entire time. I don't know how I was spotted the entire time, but I was. So I get hit hard. Almost 600 damage from the SU. I survive on 10 hit points. I still drop 1,000 more damage. That tells you what the enemy team let me do. They let me do pretty much whatever I wanted to do, which is unfortunate for them. I knew what spotted me. It was the KVIS. He was sitting there behind me, and I didn't want to peek him. And unfortunately for me, their Bulldog is sitting there as well. So I decided to back up and hope to God the KVIS wasn't looking at me. And of course he wasn't. So I get a nasty 305 damage shot into him. And I'm about to get the rest of his HP gone. Goodbye, sir. You're dead. Unfortunate for you. And I turn, trying to get rid of the Bulldog here. This is RNG. Amazing mechanic. Only happens once in a lifetime. I just saw that the SU fired, and I know he fired. So I'm going to hit him for 292 damage and back the F up. I don't want to get hit by that. And I do get the killing shot on him, bring me up to 3,300 damage, plus 2 kills. Well, I think I get 3. I think I get 3. I don't know. Who knows? I can't remember. But I get rid of him. I don't know if I get the VK or if somebody else gets the VK. Yeah, somebody else had the VK. And the Bulldog's about to go down. So I only get 2 kills. But 3,361 damage. 2 kills. Great showing for the tank. And honestly, I could go on about this tank. But we can't because we got to keep going with the gameplays. Again, another nice carry. And game 3. I wasn't kidding you. I have so many games, which is very unfortunate for me because this is actually hurting my legs from how I'm sitting. Ow. Alright, I'm gonna see. Do I have anything to drink that's good? I do. I don't want to drink. I'll get it later. Now, I'm gonna find a spot here in a second. It takes me a second because I'm absolutely retarded and I couldn't remember exactly how to get there. Oh, awesome. But the camping spot I'm about to use, you see the bush sitting up there on this little hill in front of me. I thought you could get up there, but no, it's this little spot farther down next to the smaller bush. So I'm going to have to go down there. Please ignore the sound. There we go. And see if I can get up there. But I don't realize it because I'm an absolute monk. So it took me a minute to realize that I couldn't get up there. Cola. But the ARL gets spotted, and I immediately just drop down. This gun is capable of snapping onto anybody. It just seems like you will never miss with it. The gun is accurate. The penetration is good. You really do have just a monstrous accuracy on the gun. Don't expect this tank to miss. Don't. I have no clue how I got spotted there. I actually stopped to think about it, and I realized I didn't let my camo net go up, which is unfortunate. So, hold on. Okay, so I let myself be stupid on that one, and not let my camo net go up. So it kind of ruined my chances of getting good shots. And I realized the STRV's sitting there, so I don't really want to peek. And then I realized, wait a minute, is that ARL doing exactly what I think he's doing? Unfortunate for the Straub, I peeked just in time and hit him for a 263 damage shot. And he's running. He does not like me. He wants out of the way of my gun. I have a bigger gun than he does. I have a decent DPM. 289 damage shot into the ARL, into the side. Another great shot. Unlucky. Unlucky, bruv. I don't want to peek because I don't want to take a shot from the Straub. But I will peek in a second to get a shot onto the ARL. Because he isn't looking at me, and that's something that you need to do. If you in a tank like this, and it's a sneaky poke type of tank, poke them. Get into positions where you can hit these guys. Because you know it's going to work. But unfortunately for me, he is staring right at me. And I don't understand why he was. But luckily for me, I'm guessing he hit my gun mantlet. So he didn't penetrate the shell. And he peeks. I mean, he just got clapped there. This poor AMX. He does pen me in a single shell. He does pen a single shell. But I do get 2 shells in before he even fires a shell. Which is unfortunate. And I'm going to get the 3rd shell in before he can even reload. That tells you how fast the reload of this tank is. I've done 1900 damage. I don't get a shot onto the T1 Heavy, though I desperately tried. And now I'm going to push. The tank is quick enough that it can get up hills fairly easy. And I'm going to reiterate this a lot, and a lot, and a lot. You're fast. You're very quick. So you can get in position a lot quicker than anybody can think. I remember what happened to this Churchill. Here's the reason I did so much damage in this game. I ammo racked this guy. I don't know. Don't even ask about that show. I did some ram damage to this guy. Poor soul. Poor soul. Oh, look. There's ammo wreck. And then I aim for the same spot. Just an auto aim. I said, oof, I think. Yeah. Oops, hacker. I got called a hacker for ammo racking him. 3,133 damage, 20,000 credits. Your credit coefficient isn't that good on this tank. And again, another carry. Like I said, the credit coefficient, I can't remember what it's at exactly. I know it's not that good. I think it's like 115%, which isn't that good. Now, the 4th game, still 3 games after this, is on Naval Frontier. This tank is good at using bush mechanics. If you use the bush mechanics correctly, you're not getting spotted. You will not get spotted, and that makes this tank very, very deadly and very, very hard to deal with. But as you can see, my Tiger's going with me. I don't know exactly why he did that. I mean, yeah, the Tiger's a good sniper tank because the gun's extremely accurate. It's got a good DPM. But I don't get that shot there. But beautiful shot. 298 damage. on a single shell into the lower plate of the KV-3 just to show you how good the accuracy on the tank. I didn't have to wait very long. And I'm telling my team, guys, they're down here, because I was about to get kind of mad because my team wasn't getting down here. We needed my team down here. Unfortunately for the Leopard, though, boom, he just happens to poke at the wrong time. If he would have poked at any other moment, it would have ended well for him. And this P-43 BIS had no clue. I was staring at him. Gets pegged once. He sticks out like a sore thumb and is taken out. And I've done 1,100 damage already because the gun is just so well-rounded. Now, I do switch to the APCR, knowing that I can't pen him unless I aim for that cupola there, because my gun depression isn't the best. And I'm aiming, and unfortunate. I don't go spotted, though, and he turns his turret just enough for the cupola to actually be pennable, and I pen him for another 290 some odd damage shot, and that's a high roll for the APCR, so that was lucky on my part. And I've done 1,383 damage, and my T-29 is about to go down. Oh, unfortunate. Okay, so I get spotted. I don't know exactly who spotted me. And then the VK30.01D reveals his position to me by firing from the camping spot on the other side of the map and hits me for a pretty big shot. Unfortunate shot there. I don't want to get hit by the KVIS. Another unfortunate shot there as well. Two bad shots on my part leads to the fact that I do manage to get away, and I wait for the reload, and then I'm like, easy. Wait for him to go unspotted. Instead of waiting, I know he's aiming at the T-29, who he does take out, and I get a 264 damage shot into him. And he does peek again, I do believe, because he doesn't realize that my accuracy is really nice, and I go right to the side of his turret and leave him on 8 HP. 8 HP, and he is taken out by the VK30.01P. Now, I'm going to this side, and I'm like, do I really wanna? And I stop right in front of the KV-3. He can't spot me. No chance he's spotting me. Hit my adrenaline, and he's taken out. He did not spot me from that. How? I don't know, but he doesn't. Now, I do have to deal with the T-29, who is almost full HP. That's unfortunate. Now, I stop. I realized that the VK's just sitting there, and this just shows you. My bloom was more than halfway out, and I still hit the guy dead center of his hole, which is insane accuracy. And then I just auto-aim the guy. This tank doesn't care. It really doesn't. If you aim correctly and you take your time, you'll hit every shot. Now, if you're risky, you risk it for the biscuit like I do, in which, you know me, I risk it for just about every shot. I don't care. Don't ask. Don't ask. I have no clue why I did this. The KV-2 gets taken out, though, I do believe. Oh, unfortunate. Oh, never mind. 2,872 damage. And he's gone. 2 kills. Nice job. Very nice. This was a first class, and again, another carry by me. This just shows you what this tank is very easily capable of. 3 more. Just hold on, and then I'll get to the stats of the tank. Just 3 more games, guys. Now, as you see, this time we're on Black Goldville. I think it's Black Goldville. But the map is notorious for one thing: no camping spots. You have none to speak of, which is very, 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 very frightening for a tank with no armor and that relies on camping spots. So whenever you don't get a camping spot, it's very difficult to use a tank like this effectively. It doesn't mean you can't, though. It doesn't mean you can't use this tank effectively. And I use this tank to perfection this game. I remember that the mediums on this side literally just rushed in, and they tried their best to do some damage on this side. And I don't realize until later on that like, I think skimmed the back of his tank. Like, it was that close to hitting him, and I snapshotted. And I switched to APCR, but I don't manage to hit him. It just goes shy, and I don't try another shell. I don't want to try another shell. And then I realize I have 2 tanks sitting behind me. Two. A VK30-1D and a T-3485 Victory. A very deadly tank. Unfortunate for me on that shell. I back up. I'm wanting to go for the VK30-1D. The person who's not looking at me right now, and I do get a crew crit. I do believe that was his driver, but he does fix it quite quickly. I hit him again in the upper plate for 280 average roll, and I'm wanting to take him out, but he does get behind cover just enough to where I can't. And he hits me, but I hit him for almost double the damage he hits me, but the VK makes me pay, which is unfortunate. Now, I know I don't want to peek this. Now, the VK does get a nasty shot into my SU, and then I get a nasty shot into the T-3485. I can't remember if no, he doesn't take out the VK30-1D, unfortunately. And I don't chase. I wait for the VK to make a mistake. He does make the mistake. T-3485 Victory. Great shot there, bud. Unfortunately for you, you don't remember that this tank is fast. His reload is quick, though. And he left me on 39 hit points. I'm at 1,642 damage and 2 kills. That's a solid game so far. And I can't remember how much more I get. I didn't want to go much farther just in case the Hellcat was over here. Spoilers! He wasn't. Thankfully. He was on the other side of the map, which is very fortunate for me, because that tank is probably the deadliest tank on their team besides their Magnus. The Magnus, I'm going to say it now, is probably one of the best tier 6s in the game. It is very, very strong, very hard to deal with. The armor's good, the DPM on the tank is good. Unfortunately, with a tank that has 181 millimeters of penetration, armor, it kind of disappears. No armor is left. And I do get the 4th kill, knocking out the final heavy tank on the enemy team, the KBIS. This tank wants, and I mean it, wants to hit disgusting shots. It wants to aim for like 5 seconds and hit you with an abundance of beautiful shots. Just like that. That was a low roll as well. 282 damage onto the Hellcat. Just enough to push me to the 2.5k damage mark. Now, I'm rushing the Jackson. I thought I could pen him with HE, but I decided to not even try after I saw the armor profile. I tried to switch back quickly, but it wouldn't switch back very quickly, so that kind of slowed me down. And I still get 2 big shots in. I can't remember how much a piece. I know the first one does like high roll, 289, and the next roll does like 300 and something. I can't remember. 286, which is still enough. That's 3,135 damage, 4 kills. I think it's an ace. I can't remember though. I'm pretty sure it's an ace, which is, again, I mean, just shows you what the thing can do. I had 7 games. 7 games. This was all within a 28, 29 hour period. I know that's a strange time set, but that's actually true. That's actually how long it took for me to fully learn how to play the tank. And once I fully learned how to play the tank, this is what happens. The tank just opens. It just becomes like an open door. You are able to realize what this tank is capable of. It is insane what it's capable of. Do I think it's OP? No. Do I think it's a very strong tank? Yes. It is very, very, very capable of dropping insane amounts of damage very, very quickly. And I've said this like 6 times. So look, I sound like I'm repeating myself, so I'm going to actually stop. I'm just going to comment on the game. Now, I'm going to the sniper spot on this map, and I'm wanting this Cromwell to get out of my way. I mean, I had 2 bad games before this. 2 bad games. Not good games. Bad. Bad games. Bad. So I'm trying to just get in a position where I can actually do something. where I can actually move. And I finally get that position up, and I'm like, oh, I have my position on. And I stop right here. I completely stop soon enough, realizing that my camo net will not be set up if I continue to move. And soon enough, my camo net goes up.
Enemy armor is damaged.
www.complete and utter death incarnate. This tank is capable of dropping out insane amounts of damage very quickly. I do take out the VK first. Unfortunate shot there. I'm trying to go for the damage like an idiot instead of just going for the one-shot tanker. But, as I said, your accuracy is good enough to just go, okay, bye-bye. And that's what happens. 939 damage. This poor KV, he has no clue how accurate this gun is. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. But he's trying to hide. He's trying so desperately. I don't turn around fully. I just look via like the scroll bar to where I can see what is that guy doing and how much of a threat is he. Unfortunate miss there. I don't think I get spotted from that. I don't, because I didn't move and the camo net saved me. And I do get a disgusting shot into this KB. Pixel snipe. Booyah! That's what this tank's capable of. I've done 1,486 damage and a single kill. I keep saying what this gun is capable of, and I sound like a retard. Please, ignore that. Boom. Boom. 312 damage shot. I think I get a shot into the Comet. I think I do. I thought I wouldn't go spotted there, but I realized I got spotted, so I went, nope. 2k damage, I'm backing out. No, sir. I ain't taking any of that shot. Nope. No, sir. Backing out. But, and my team's down. That's unfortunate. My team is down right now, which didn't really expect to happen. When you've done 2k damage and a kill and you're low tier, you expect your team to actually try and pick up some slack here. This poor Comet comes around the corner thinking he has me on lock and key. That doesn't end up truth. Low roll. If I would have even average rolled 280, that would have killed him. Unfortunately for him, though, he only got 2 shells in when I got 2 shells in. I switched to APCR to confirm the kill through his track, kill him, and then I turn around for the T25AT, go right through his lower plate because I'm just that kind of scummy person, and then turn around for the SU, dealing out 2,580 damage, 2,577 actually. I don't know why that's always wrong. That's always been a bug for this game. And that HP on that SU still scares me. 666. And this is how did that hit? How? I do get the kill and I drop 3k damage. And then I was like, man, I don't want to take this shot. And then I realized, I got HP. The only way you can kill me now is an ammo rack. Track shot, and he low rolls. But he does ram me, and I forget that he's a heavy tank, so he does like an extra 40 damage. And that's 4 kills, 3k damage. Plus Sniper's Medal. Plus Radley Walters Medal. What's that one? Halonen's Medal. I can't remember that one. And another ace carry. Last game. Last game, okay. We're towards the end of the road and it's been 30 minutes. You thought I was kidding. I said this would be a long video. I was not kidding you. The tank. Oh my god, there's so much. Oh, I've still got to go over the review of the tank, bro. Okay, I'm just going to say this short little thing about this game. I did not care. I just went and said, screw all of you, I'm going to do damage. And that's pretty much what happened. I didn't care. I went out and did damage. And why does this make this tank so deadly? This is the final part. This is the final reason I say this tank's so deadly. And I've always like I've said, like throughout the whole video, that the gun's fantastic, the speed's fantastic, the accuracy's fantastic, the whole traverse is fantastic. Everything about this tank is fantastic except the armor. But if you play this tank right, it doesn't become just a great tank. If you play it right, it's already a great tank. Whether you play it right or not, it's already a great tank. If you play it to its perfection, to its complete and utter best, this tank is 100% OP. 100% OP. And that there's only one reason for this. In the hands of a good player, they will always be capable of turning a tank that is good in someone else's hands into a monstrous tank in others. And that's just what makes this tank so goddamn deadly. And that is something I love about this thing. So I'm going to snap into this. I was going to say Panther. And then realized I shot the VK. And then I realized, well, man, that insect down, nope. And so I went for him. Because he is still a gun, whether he be stock and whether he be stupid or not. So, just snapped it. I just snapped at him. It wasn't even fair. He doesn't even get a firing shot at me. And I'm going to be like, boop. What is this tank? That's 3 shells very, very quickly in consecutive order. And he takes out the M6 with the help of, I guess who. And I'm going to shoot the Panther because deadly tunk. And that's 1,385 damage. About the same as always, by the looks of it to me. About the same as freaking always. I was gonna reposition, then I realized, are they actually moving or no? The answer is no. No, they did not. Well, the VK 30.1D did. That shot, I have no clue how I managed to hit that. And he gets taken out with my spotting assistance of 353 damage. I go for the Panther. I'm trying to get spots up. I actually go around this backside here to try and trick the Panther into chasing. He does chase like an idiot. He chases me like an idiot. Excuse that, somebody just slammed their door. But he's taking shots, and that's fine with me. That just makes it easier for me to just absolutely dominate a top tier OP medium tank. And I'm calling for help, and then tracked. I'm like, hello, good sir, how are you today? Wait, never mind, goodbye. Now the SU-152 is going for me, and using my speed, I just like, bye-bye. No, you won't get no shots from me. No shots for you. No shots for you. None. So thank you, Bulldog. They helped me get my helped me get back up to speed. And this Bulldog had no clue that my DPM was this good. And even with the T-29 firing before me, I still reload before he does. 2.8 and 2 kills. I think this one actually was a stupid ace. It was a dumb ace. Like, this was an ace that should probably not have happened. But me and the T-29 carried this game. Somebody else that actually did something within the long run. I didn't mean to press that. So now we're going to look at the details of this beautiful Chinese tech tree tank. We're going to start, you know it, with the gun. 3.6 second aim time, 0.32 dispersion, which is nuts, 2,500 DPM, 6.74 second reload, 181 millimeters penetration on the standard, 241 on the APCR, high explosive has 50, the average damage is 280, 240, and 350 in a row, respectively, which is very nice. You don't have the best gun depression, but with such a low down tank, you really don't have to worry about that, especially considering that you have extremely good camo rating. Your engine doesn't seem like much, 503 with like the improved fuel on it. The chance of fire when hit is 15%, which isn't very good. The forward speed is 45, and the reverse speed is 18. The reverse speed is what makes this tank so hard to deal with, because it hits you, and then it's like, back around the corner. Like an AT8 going 20 kilometers an hour cannot keep up with this going around the side of a house, because this thing turns sharper. It is insane. You have an insane power weight ratio of 25.2. This is a tank destroyer. That means you're literally zooming. Your hull turn ratio is also 45.55 with everything on it, which is very, very, very nice. We're going to begin with the tracks. It lowers somewhat. I can't remember how much. It gave you quite a bit on hull turn ratio, 9.1. I'm not repeating that fully. And the aim time goes down 0.2 with the maxed out tracks. Now, the tank as a whole, it has only hit 35 on the front. It's angled, well, I said 59 because 35 millimeters angled like this is actually 59 millimeters effective. 20 on the sides, 20 on the rear. So I was almost exactly right on those. Your view range isn't the best at 253, but you're not supposed to have the best view range. You're supposed to have the best camping spot. My concealment, because of the camouflage net, is 55 while stationary, not firing. 55%. That means 100 meters through 75 meters, 75 through 100, they will never have a chance of spotting me. While moving, it's 31%. While stationary, upon firing, 12, which that's without camos, and I don't have a camo on this tank, unfortunately. I've already said the gun. There was one more thing I wanted to look at. Where is it? Was that it? No, my warning. If you give me a minute, I just had a stroke. If a KV-2 looks at you looking down on your armor in any sort of way, shape, or fashion, he's penning with HE. He will pen you with HE. That is a very, very scary possibility with this tank. It's very HE-able. Anything with above 70 millimeters of penetration on the HE and is looking down and it has a high enough caliber gun, such as the SU, if I would have put calibrated shells on this, went into, like, give me a second, a training room, switched to HE and looked at this armor, because of the high caliber rule, I would go right through with HE through his front. That is insane to think about. Insane. The last thing I wanted to say was this. I am going to be going over short video next time. Over the new update 7.8, which is going to be coming in a few days. I'm hoping to get everything out before the update starts, so where I can actually sound like I had this information before, even though it is in your little taskbar here, update 7.8. I'm going to go over everything and what this means for tier 5 through 7. Anyways, this is Empire State Warrior. Like, subscribe, link, comment down below. If you want to send me a replay, please send it to titanwise156@gmail.com. And I will talk to you guys later.